Welcome to the topic of bleeding control. Basic principles of hemorrhage control is direct pressure or indirect pressure, elevate the wound where practicable, rest the casualty and manage it for shock. We're going to start at very basic principles, which is triangular bandages. Now with triangular bandages, they have been around a really long time. They're really efficient and effective if you know how to use them. So first thing is storing and folding. Tip to the base once, that's a broad bandage, that's a narrow bandage, so that's like that. Next thing, pad to the middle like that, then across to that, to the middle, just looking like a pad. Let's do that a second time. So tip to the base, that's a broad bandage, that's a narrow bandage, fold the pad to the middle, the ends to the middle to create a pad. My apologies. Alright, so there's two triangular bandages ready to go. Do different types of wounds. Let's do two different types of wounds. Again, I've worn shorts so that it works a lot easier. If it's a nasty bleed, say severed femoral artery, pad goes on the bleed site. Long as the bandage covers the wound and the surrounding tissue, that's what we want. The next thing is this becomes a bandage over the top. Push it down, nice and firm. Lots of bleeding, lots of pressure. Not much bleeding, not much pressure. Then the next thing is to tie the knot over the bleed site. Done. Next scenario. Open fracture, embedded object. We don't want to push it in. We might have to, just pad around it. So this we'll make into a ring pad. You look at rounder and higher. That's all we need. Rounder and higher. So it's rounder and higher. We can see that there. This time we make it as broad as we possibly can. And we're going to tie it off the side, not over the top. Around we go. Tie off to the side. There we are. Indirect pressure. So practice that one. Then, as a last resort, we can actually use a triangular bandage as an arterial tourniquet by wrapping around like this. Keep it reasonably wide. And then we just put a stick or screwdriver through here. We can then twist it round and stop the hemorrhage while we think about our options. So that's that. The next skill we're going to practice is we'll simulate this is a combine pad, or whatever you want to do. So that could be a combine pad. Then we get our roller bandage. Now with a roller bandage, always handle it with the head uppermost and leave a tail. If there's a nasty hemorrhage, leave a tail. I'll show you why. We went around, we pull tight on that. That's what we're going to do. Assist in the downward force of the hemorrhage control. Round we go. Then tie a knot as close as practicable to the bleed side. Another option. Now we're going to show you how to roll up the bandage the correct way. Just get the end started. There we go. Roll up. A little bit of traction with your fingers helps. Just a bit of light traction there. I guess the main thing is to have an appropriately stocked first aid kit and think about what you do for a living and where you are for a living. Your kit may have to have more trauma equipment. To that end, our next topic will be more advanced techniques such as tourniquets, emergency bandages, perhaps even wound packing. I'll see you on the next topic.